Welcome, and thank you for joining me in this week's episode of Crossing the Extremes with your guest host, Jimmy Nerdtron. Before we get into the interview tonight, I would just like to thank Cuttlebone for this opportunity. So let's jump right in. All right, I'm here with the Cake Logs, and we're gonna just do a interview tonight. Thanks, guys, for coming in and talking with me. I am subbing in for Cuttlebone. Let's just start out with everybody identifying themselves, and we'll start with the team captain.
Hi, my name's Krusty Moose. I started out as one of the admins, but took over as team captain to get this season off the ground. A large chunk of our players have just kind of been thrown together. We're all new to each other and new to this, but we've grown a lot, and everything is definitely on track for a great ending this season.
We could just go right down the list. We'll go next with Mini Coop.
I'm Mini Cooper. I actually didn't start the season off. I came in as a substitute. Moose had asked if I wanted to substitute for one of the players that wasn't able to make it, and I think that was about a month and a bit ago. And ever since that, I've been kind of playing regularly, and I've been really enjoying the time that I've had with my team and actually playing with other people, seeing their techniques and how they kind of play as a team.
Thank you. JV Squared, go ahead.
Hello, I'm JV Squared, and I basically started playing this when I first got it. Yeah, you already know that. Well, first off, I was already in another server where we played as Spengler's Lost Sons, but then some whiny pants decided that we were cheating on some or another, and now we're here as a part of the Cake Logs.
Alrighty, go ahead, Trash Panda.
I'm Trash Panda. I am extremely new to this. I have only been playing. I probably have less than a month total playing, but I came in as an alternate like Cooper did, and I've just been having a blast. Like it's so much fun.
Go ahead, William.
All right, I'm William. I've been playing this game since launch, and I got shanghaied into this group whenever I needed help with a contract. But, I mean, I'm enjoying it, so I'm staying.
Alrighty, thanks, guys. All right, so first question up is you guys had a match last night against Ecto. How did that go?
It went amazing.
That was really intense. I think the first round, the Ghost thought that with our position in the league being last, because as you found out, we were kind of a mixed match group of people. I think he tried to go easy on us and then realized that he had to step his game up for the second round. And as a team, we clearly demonstrated that teamwork beats your level and your equipment level every time. That was intense, but we managed the win on the Buster side.
Anything about the Go side you want to put in there, JV?
Well, whenever I went in first as the Ghost, I thought it would be an easy feat. But when I learned it was the pub, I had to get a little creative. But thanks to some of the suggestions from the team, it helped out a little bit. But I severely underestimated these guys' coordination and capabilities because their equipment itself caught me within the first few minutes of each round.
Yeah, that's one thing you can count on with Echo. They've been the hardest team to play all season, and because not only do they have the equipment upgraded, but they're friends in real life. They go to Ghostbuster conventions together and hang out, so their teamwork together is just amazing.
Alrighty, moving on. So you guys definitely have had a few changes throughout the first season. Do you think that you guys have finally got a groove going into the playoffs?
Oh, definitely. I believe that we found our strategy that works for us, and like the match we had last night clearly demonstrated that even with communication issues, because like I couldn't get into the chat with the rest of the team, everybody did their roles exactly like we were supposed to, and it just went perfect. So yeah, I believe we're going to dominate a large portion of this playoffs because we got the teamwork down. Now we just got to get the levels up for the younger members.
I totally agree with Moose. In this game, if you don't have the communication skills and if you don't have the right people kind of going with the communication, it really puts a downfall on that team as they aren't working as a well-oiled machine.
Absolutely.
No, like they kind of covered it. Like right now, like the team that we had going yesterday, like we communicated really well. As long as we keep it up, like we'll be getting wins back and forth, hopefully.
All right, one more playoff question for you. If you were able to choose any team to be your first team to go against in playoffs, who would it be?
Ecto.
Yeah.
To be the
Echo.
best, you got to beat the best.
I concur with
Unfortunately, unless well, with the rankings now though, Ecto won't be in the first round because it'll be a bye week for them and whoever's in second. So I kind of would like our first match in the playoffs to be the Keymasters because I don't know, I've had a little bit of a sore spot for them. We both the times that we played them was before we had our coordination and everything else down, and then we just looked sloppy. And this would be our chance to correct that going right into the playoffs.
Questions for the Busters is one that Cuttlebone usually likes to ask. What is each player's favorite piece of equipment?
This is from Cooper, but I personally like the actual, for the secondary equipment, I do like running the pylon. It really does help when you're hitting your riffs that you can put it down and you're not going to get hit from the back as hard.
My
Yeah.
answer is gonna be kind of generic. It's gonna be my proton pack and particle thrower build. I have it built for doing rift damage. So as long as I can find those rifts, I can get them knocked out real quick.
For me, I'm gonna have to say it's the PKE meter because I got the Extreme Ghostbuster skin on it, and I like the way it looks. And with that skin, to me, it makes it easier to read because you get the arch going down for the ghost, the arch curving up like a U for the rift, but it has an actual arrow in the corner of the PKE meter that shows you what level they're on, so you don't have to like try to gauge where they're at, and it looks better.
I don't have that yet, but for me, it is just the proton blaster because that's what I'm most comfortable with right now.
JV, I know you're the ghost, but do you have a favorite Ghostbuster piece of equipment?
Well, I kind of actually like the build I have from my proton thrower and my pack, as it helps to cool it down at a much quicker pace, which can help to destroy rifts at a faster rate.
Ghost question for you. Let's say everything's going wrong and you got that final rift, you're getting put in the trap. Which ghost do you switch to try to guarantee a win?
Well, I would have to go with the poltergeist because that little bugger can be able to. Well, let me restart. The poltergeist saved me many times whenever I was about to get trapped, and it makes it pretty sneaky. But yeah, the poltergeist allows me to make fast getaways, and I can be able to utilize its ultimate in order to short out their packs, buying me a little time to try and get the rift out of there.
Does anyone else that play Ghost have a ghost that they like the most?
I don't know the name of the one that I like to use. It's the one that has like the multiple arms and is mainly good for causing fear. I think it's
Uh,
like the second on the list, whatever the
the
heck it's called.
the Ghoulies.
Yeah, that one.
All right, then one more question for the Busters. The final timer has started. Do you guys have a go-to strategy to try and stop a running ghost, or just to get that ghost in the box before time runs out?
Generally, when the timer starts, our game plan is the same as it would be if all the rifts were destroyed by us, which is general. That's what our general strategy is we find the rifts because we know where a lot of them are, and because that'll limit the ghost's time left at the end. And when that final clock starts kicking, we hope to already be at the point of hunting him. So we're split up into teams of two, and when the other team is chasing that ghost, they're telling the second team where he's running to, and we try to get ahead of him to cut him off. And in both our teams, one of the two is carrying the pylons too. So the team ahead will set those down so the ghost can't skip into objects when he gets to that room. And that's the only way we found to contain a running ghost.
Is there anything you guys like to add, just in general, about the league or certain teams or anything in general?
The only thing I'd want to add about the league specifically would be that this is at least the most enjoyable league I've been a part of. Like everyone's really civil with each other, which really helps, like especially with like new people coming in. They don't have to deal with all that toxicity from like sore losers and stuff. So like having none of that in this league, at least that I've seen, has been a really nice change of pace.
Yeah, I'm hoping with the big success we've had with season one that the other 100 and something plus people that are in the regular public chat for the league will maybe will be inspired to start a team of their own. Because as one of the founding admins, I stepped away to do this team, but I still, I'm still in the plans for helping get season 2 started, and we're hoping to expand because we have big plans to turn this into, this is going to be run similar to the NFL. If we can get another 6 teams for season 2, then we'll do 2 divisions, and then each division will have a championship after their playoffs. And we've been trying to reach out to the GBSUL to see if at the end of their season, if their top teams for Ghost and Busters would like to play an all-star game against our top team for Ghost and Busters. Because we think that would be nice to kind of influence the whole Ghostbuster community.
Yeah, those sound
And
like great ideas.
yeah, and we're looking to do some charity feeds. Clay has been talking with one of the developers from Ophonics, so hopefully, we'll get some support from them to keep everything growing. I would just like to add that I'm real proud of the team and how well everybody has been coming together. At the last second, we kind of gained some extra, if nothing else, support with tactics and everything because we gained Vanilla and Clarky because they couldn't play with Team Echo anymore because of the time zone differences. And it was nice having them on because they had the experience of playing with a well organized team like Echo, so they could give us advice, and they're a lot more experienced at being a ghost than some of us are, so they know a lot of the tricks and a lot of the habits of the busters and things they don't look for when they're going around the map. And one of the other busters that couldn't be here, Yan, he's a little bit on break because most of the beginning of I'd say 3/4 of the season, he was staying up till 4 a.m. his time, like setting an alarm to get up just to make sure we could compete. And now that we're all together and we have enough people, we it's okay for him to take a rest. He needs to get his sleep so he can continue going to work. And I think Clay and Soulful has been doing a great job as the admins, especially filling in for me not being there to help. And all the team captains in general, I mean, all of you have done a great job at handling your own issues instead of submitting tickets. Because that's what we want. We want everybody to have fun. And most of the issues that come up, there's no reason you can't solve them between yourself at first.
I would like to thank the Cake Logs for coming to the interview tonight. I enjoyed getting to know each of you and learning a little bit more about the Cake Logs. I would also like to thank Cuttlebone for the opportunity to host this week's podcast. Thank you all for being a great audience. And once again, this is Crossing the Extremes with your guest host, Jimmy Nerdtron.